tell us a little bit about yourself?
Good evening, Nina. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. It's my pleasure. It's my first time being at this sort of event, and I was introduced to the event by my ex-colleague and my, good friend. He said that I'm joining the conference and there will be something for you in the conference, and the conference might be interesting for your scope of work and for the company. So that's how I joined. Unfortunately, I joined for only one day, and tomorrow the scope of events is really fascinating to the area which I'm working for. And speaking of that, my name is Mikhail, or Mike. I work for the automotive sector for Hyundai Motor Group. My role there is related to the pricing. So my title says Margin and Profit Controller for the European region. However, the position is a strategic partner of Chief Communication Officer in the area of pricing and the related topics. I always dreamed to be a pilot, but I ended up in sport business. I'm doing some art as well, and I see the parts business is also some kind of a sort of art, right? Because of how complex it is and how many problems it has. So that's a few words about me.
Fantastic. Okay, so I just want to bring you back to today's event. Any key takeaways from the discussions?
For sure. During today's event, I'm very grateful for the event and for myself joining for that, and for my friend having me introduced to the event itself. There's a lot of key takeaways, but I'm going to try to summarize them somehow quickly. So the parts industry is very complicated, and we see that, okay, there's a parts industry, but it's a core component of several different industries. Many people, we spoke with them about the format of the event. So they came to, let's say, have some ready solutions and maybe answers, right? And then on the other side, they also understood, okay, everybody's having the same pain. So coming back to the key takeaways, is that everybody across different sectors and different industries, right, they have same pains, and these same painful moments, they're coming exactly at the same time. So for everybody, the data-driven solutions are yet being integrated into the business. However, nobody wants to be the first mover because of many different factors, and one key driver is the disconnection on the people's level and this siloed structure that we spoke about today quite a lot. That innovation doesn't live through the hierarchical structure, it doesn't live through silos, it cannot evolve. So that's the problem that everybody is facing, and the key takeaway is that pain that everyone shares. The data-driven aspects of their business are on the different level of maturity, but we see how immature everyone is and how many of the manual operations everybody has. So everybody is willing to drive towards some artificial intelligence solutions, but the inner, let's say, situation doesn't allow it to happen yet. Everybody's trying to save costs, and that's the way I see it. So everybody's resisting to invest some money right now to further proceed in a better way, to improve in the future. Everybody's hesitating about that because it's a cost happening right now, and nobody is willing to think about the future. So the future is somewhere later. Let's do the things the old way. And that's one of the key drivers which stops everybody from quickly evolving. The other thing is everybody is facing this absence of the decision support making, right? So we have a lot of knowledge, we have a lot of data, a lot of information, but there's nothing to leverage it yet. And the hesitation about leveraging the data on one side and then coming to some solutions which could help with that, there's a gap. But before that, there must be a decision taken, and that's where people struggle, right? So we spoke about fill rates, we spoke about inventory and supply chain being affected by the global environment, the dynamic, let's say, costs which everybody's suffering, and thinning in margins. Nobody is really able to make a proper decision in these kind of circumstances because there is no tool helping for that. So that's one of the key takeaways that I would like to outline. And actually, I was very fascinated by one of the presentations that we had. It was one of the last ones, and everybody speaking about the artificial intelligence, and that was orchestrated intelligence that we spoke about later with some chats. It feels like that is I mean, I don't know if the room understood it properly because the presenter started, Dmitry Shurmin, he started from far away, and I was like, that's interesting. And then he came to exactly the same points where the issues were addressed by everybody before. So that feels like the next level thing to bring the power to the existing systems, tools, and the information, to bring them all together and to somehow overcome the siloed structure issues which had been in the companies. So that's one of my major key takeaways in that sphere, because it's really hard to understand from the first glance, but it seems and it feels and it looks like it's the next level thing which will support us. There's a lot of problems with AI, and everybody's struggling with AI because of the representative matter of the AI, right? So it overgenerates the information. You can ask the AI about the same set of data a million times and you'll get a million different answers, which means that none of them is precise, none of them is a suggestion, right? So AI is a very useful tool. It's very useful for the past events representation or accumulation or attribution. But as a suggestion tool, it's not yet there, it will not be there because of the mathematical processes of the model, the mathematical nature of it. However, when it came to the orchestrated intelligence and seeing the dynamic changes and visualizing the whole structure of a live operations, that was something out of the world for me. So this is something that I will definitely take to the company I work for. I hope that there is a future of recognition for that, and I would like to elaborate on that a bit more. Unfortunately, we didn't have that much time to ask the presenter the questions. The topic was large, but that was cool. Also, some other service providers like Baxter, they have some ready solutions which are quite interesting, and that I saw the attention span of the presenters, not the presenters, pardon, participants during the round tables, how quickly they turn their heads towards Baxter people, because it seems that there is some ready answers for the existing things, for the leveraging of the knowledge and the information. And yeah, coming to your third question, I guess, about the event. The format itself, I didn't know what to expect, right? Everybody came to receive solutions, right? But then in the end, everybody was sharing their pain, and through the discussions, there were some contact points arising of how we can utilize this networking for further communication, work, and maybe coming to some certain, not just agreements, but decisions and solutions in overcoming the challenges. This format is very interesting, it's very interactive, it's very new, and I absolutely loved it. And the networking which the facility and the event provides, it's outstanding. So again, unfortunately, I'm here only for one day because tomorrow there's going to be more events related to also our sphere, to the parts business, to the automotive, and not only automotive, which seem to have already some answers to the questions that we always had. And maybe listening to that, having an overall discussion will make some push in the companies, which unfortunately was not there for me in the scope of the events that I was going to take part at. But I would strongly recommend everybody who's going to join further the event and the platform to visit everything which is possible. Networking is outstanding, and through this overall discussion, it's again, everybody was expecting some pitching, right? But pitching doesn't bring the necessary effect. It doesn't. It's like with the kids, right? If your daddy pays, you don't have to evolve, right? But here, through the discussion, through the communication, you see, okay, there was this utilized. Okay, we are not that bad in this, we're not that bad in that, but we can still improve in those areas. That is facilitation in a nutshell.
Fantastic. What a way to summarize the whole procedure.
I hope I didn't take much time.
Thank you so much for spending time with me.
Thank you very much for having me here. Appreciate it, and for sure would love to join your future events in the nearby future.
Future events.